What's up? It's Sunday, the usual Cup of Joe stream here. I'm looking at my audio, making sure we're good. My usual mixer is looking for an update. Actually, every software I have is looking for an update. So let's make sure we're good. I think we're good. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. It looks like the levels are somewhat okay. Turned off my output because I don't like the monitor, so I can't tell necessarily. But anyway, let's get going. It's what is today? It's the Ides of January over here, the 16th. So yeah, we're doing a draw stream as we usually do. I'm on the last page of Left Hand Free, which is the book that I'm currently working on. It's pretty much done. I think I still probably need to do the cover. Pretty sure he's going to have me do the cover. So there's that, and also I have some books to check out. I got in one this week, one last week, but I didn't talk about it, so figured I'd do that. Yo, what's going on? Inkfinity's here. How you doing, Inkfinity? It's good old Alex, and Zaid's up in here too. What's going on? And Miss Reenie. So how you doing? So this draw stream is usually something where I'm like either chatting with somebody or kind of like just pontificating on subjects. But yeah, today it's gonna be. I wanted actually work, and that's usually something I get sidetracked with. But the Quaff is here. Good morning to you, Mr. Quaff. Your hairdo, I'm sure, is immaculate even at this hour. Infinity saying, what's your next crowdfunding campaign? Probably, this Left Hand Free book, I'm sure I'll be like a advisor, if not like a co-campaigner on it. I'm not sure how he's going to be putting it out. I don't know if he has connections to. I'm going to advise him not to try to go pitch it to one of the small pubs. Crowdfunding it is the way to go. So I'll be pushing that way, but it could be that. It could be this book. If not, it'll be Star Circuit 2, which I can talk about in a little bit. Star Circuit 2 is underway. It's in production. I settled on a script, which for me a script is just a collection of scenes that I think fit and that I have a good idea that will pace itself out in the course of, over the course of, the 60 pages or whatever I figured. It seems like that is working. I eventually will take whatever is on. Here, I'll show you. This little board here. This is Star Circuit 2. It's just all in cards. It's all carded out in scenes, and so Space Race 2000, Space Race 2000, generically, the generic sequel, will be eventually put into a script form, and then it's just easier to work with sending to like letters and stuff. Otherwise, if I was doing everything, I would just leave it on like a card form or whatever, because I work that way. I'll end up putting. I'll show you another thing here. Okay. So, thumbnails. So the thumbnail thing, I'll show you the template that I use. Well, that's an old one. It'll work though. So this is from Star Circuit 1, Chapter 1. So the template I use, I don't always do it this way. I don't like how my mic's right in the way. There we go. So this is the template I use. It's pretty much, at the top, I'll write dialogue, and I'll put notes over here. But this is where I do different versions of thumbnails, like how I think the page flow should go, different ideas. This actually, no, this might be one of the Chapter 2 stuff. But either way, that's how I do it. And, already getting sidetracked. The Star Circuit 2 is probably it's way more solidified in my mind than Star Circuit 1 was. Like I know where it's going. I added what I wanted it to. Like the side character Hip Terran, which is the the main heroine-ish type character. She's kind of like an anti-heroine, but she is kind of needing some extra scenes, so that's what I kind of added to. It's looking like Chapter 2 is going to be 60 pages, and that'll be my next campaign. Zayd is saying, yo, bro, Bancroft got his Star Circuit, showed it off last night. I knew he was going to get it very soon because I had my Australian liaison over there hooking up my mailing for the Aussies, and I knew he had them, and I knew he sent them out, so I knew Bancroft was going to do it soon. I just was in a position where I couldn't jump on and check it out last night. But anyway, I will go watch the replay. Thanks for letting me know. Always, ever since I wasn't able to check out his streams, because his stream is just a little bit later than what I usually get. Yes, we were doing, it wasn't hibachi, Sherry. It was barbecue, Korean barbecue. Anyway, we're getting back from our date night meal, and yes, it was delicious, and yet did not get a chance to check out Bancroft's sweet show, because he's been doing those draw streams too now, like the ones where he makes the animations and stuff. Those are cool. I need to really get in chats more often. Eat like a weeb, dude. Yeah, dude. I enjoy some of the. Well, yesterday I ranked up in karate, so I usually try to eat the weebery foods when I rank up, which is nice. It's just a little celebration. So that's what the occasion was. A mix of things. Anyway, do I need coffee or something? Oh, because I'm so umming and not flowing. Yeah, I probably do need more coffee. I should sip on my cup of joe here. So Hogan the Bogan is so funny. I feel like I'm missing the reference because I'm that out of it. Okay, so I'm going to pull up my screen for actually doing work, like I said I was going to do before. We'll get into it. And I think every time I do this now with StreamYard, it doesn't update, so I'm not expecting it to work, but hopefully it will. Updating. Yes, it is updating. Cool. All right. And we're going to talk about books first. Maybe I'll split them up between work because we're going to go for an hour. So I have 2 books that came in, and both look phenomenal. They're on top tier levels of indie books, and you may kind of guess what they are. However, that'll be fun. Let's get into some of the comments. This is the last page I'm going to be doing. What you're looking at now is this is the concept art sheet that I kind of put together. I made all these, well, not all of it, but some of it's just reference, some of it's more sketchy, some of it's just anatomy. But this is what I use to grab colors from, if I'm actually drawing, this is where I kind of reference to draw the correct model. It's like the model sheet. So what's right hand doing if the left hand is free? I guess you have to read the story to figure that out, dude. Thanks, Miss Rena. And I do think there's something cool about what you're talking about there, Dade. I don't really know. I've read the script, though the writer is keeping some of the mystery, I guess close to his chest. I know somewhat more than you, but not much. I know how it works. I think it's the left hand is implying. I think that this magic system is done by 2 people at one time, so you only need one hand free. I guess it's some sort of pun like that. Well, let's get going. So I did a couple pages this week. And that's not one of them, but that's one that I'm referencing because we're in this environment. So I'm referencing this one for, just general color. This is the one we'll be doing. This is the last page. And you've already seen the double page spread that I referenced before. But yeah, this is the last page. We're going to throw in some of the base colors. We're going to throw into some of the shadows and get this thing worked out pretty quick. I went over the flats already. It's only a 2-panel page, so this should be cake, as they say. Let's jump into it. Find my Apple Pencil here. I'm still using an iPad. I was thinking about switching over to Wacom tablets again. Maybe not Wacom. Probably the Huion ones that I hear so much about. That is probably the way I'm gonna go eventually. But for now, the iPad is really cool. I only wanted to switch over because getting Photoshop is just you have so much nicer features, and a lot of those features and filters are great for storyboarding as well. Like you can cheat some awesome cheatery if you if you do storyboarding with what's the thing? If you do storyboarding with Photoshop. That's how we know I have not had enough coffee. I'm having brain farts. Okay, let's do it. And let me know if anything's going odd here. Let me try to put audio in the background. The last time I tried, did not work. We're just gonna click it again here and see if you guys get it working. Maybe it was like a bad update last time. With my mixer anyway. Sometimes my mixer just doesn't want to work. Yeah, it's still not connecting to it. We're not getting any sound from that. Maybe we should just restart the program. That might do it. It's nice to have a little background music. I don't care what Mo says. Cup of brain farts, yes. Cup of brain farts, and Zaid saying he likes Photoshop and that, and a Wacom 22 Touch is the magic. Yeah, I was a huge Wacom fan until I compared it to iPad, and the resolution was dramatically worse than an iPad, which is not everything, but it's something. Maybe the new ones are better, but the last time I checked, it wasn't even a competition. However, we'll see. Maybe the new Wacom and the new Huion tablets that are probably closer to 4K are much better. So, however, you can't get Photoshop on an iPad. That is the key. Let's do some of this work. So this is the easy part. This is the part where, like, if I was chilling by myself, I'd be able to be in a chat room and send some quirky responses to streamers. Because all I have to do is select the colors I need, like the red of the shirt, and go back to the page and just fill it in. Like this is the mind-numbing step, but it goes quick, especially because there's only 2 panels. You set it up with the flatter, where the flatter makes the same color, the things that are of the like color. So if they're doing it right, you only have to select it once, and then go and fill it, and you should be good. Let's do the same thing with the rest. This is at least something where I can talk through and keep like some sort of commentary going. I'm also looking around at the environment, thinking, thinking and planning. Okay, let's grab his skin color. I might grab it from here instead, if I have to grab it from the base down here. Let's see. So I wonder if this program's restarted, because music in the background is nice, a nice touch. Oh man, I selected the color twice, bro. We don't want that. All right, so we grab him. And so this book is kind of, like I said, a little bit of a mystery, but it's very much Avatar, Airbender meets. Oh, we don't need his pants. It's Avatar Airbender meets like a dystopian world meeting into like something where it's like Pacific Rim where you need two people to do the whole gimmick of the story. You need two people to pull it off. So that's what this thing's all about. Here, his skin tones. These guys have a little bit of a Hispanic descent, I believe, and that's their skin color is a little bit more tan. I'd feel. I think that's what the. I'd have to go with the description one more time. I don't think he's very specific about what it really is or what they really are. And let's see. Oop, we don't want you. We want this one. And then we double check. I have to turn off the flats because a lot of times you have the flats on and it makes it. I don't know. I can't see if the page coming together when I have the flats in the background. I have to like turn them off to like gauge like is the base colors working. A lot of this is just character continuity where you're keeping the same color shirt from one panel to the next, but eventually you can kind of make some choices with the coloring. So you need to turn off the flats to really see. That really comes into the extra elements, like what's the base color for like the smoke or the ash or whatever the background building is colored, stuff like that. So I'm gonna continue. Let's grab this lady here, her little sweater or what? It's something like that, a sweaterish type of deal. It's orange. It's very bright, saturated orange. Okay. Not sure what his inspiration is for feeding me these descriptions to make these character designs, because these are my designs. He was pretty strict with what he wanted, so like he didn't have much leeway with what what I could change and modify. So it's cool to finish the book. This is the most lazily done book ever on my end because I essentially did it over the course of something like, I don't know, almost a year. So it's interesting to do something slow pace for somebody. It's usually like need this done by next week type of deal. Let's grab two at one time. How about that? There, and then the pants here. So generally, if you did the flats yourself, you might combine these steps together. You might be like, like I already know the colors, so I might as well color them the colors up front. Sometimes that's good to do, save some time, and time saving is kind of the name of the game when it comes to making books, because that's like one of the big setbacks you have. You're trying to like somewhat beat the clock, if you know what I mean. All right. She's got like kind of a lipsticky red going on with her lips here. So I guess the flatter had the right idea with going that direction. We'll pull it back a little bit to make it work, but yeah, sometimes the flatter has good ideas. Sometimes they're a little bit, I guess, too straightforward. So, the nails were a part of that. So I guess we'll deselect the lips. For some reason, she had the same color for the lips and the nail. So that could be an issue at some point. When I'm flatting or when I'm working with the flats, I tend to like kind of separate more than not, just to give me the benefit of the doubt. But here they're sometimes the same. So we'll see. These masks are, I think, the most interesting part of their whole design. He wanted them like this chroma flare. I don't know if you've ever seen chroma flare before, but on the design here, wherever it is, let's go this way. There we are. Chroma Flare is like this. It's a unique, like reflective type of material that doesn't really reflect it. It has this like purple to blue to green kind of gradient where the light is not directly hitting. So it gives this kind of odd shadowy effect. Or, I don't know how they would really describe it. Maybe I should look up the definition of chroma flare for you, just to make this somewhat accurate here. Chroma flare. Chroma. Give me the chroma flare. It's a pigment. It's a unique material consisting of ultra-thin multi-layer interference. Is that? Yeah, I think it's interference. Forms micron-sized flakes. Unlike ordinary many special pigments, chroma flare pigment is opaque, thin, flat, highly specular, like a mirror. Okay, so I guess on the parts where they're reflective, you don't necessarily, because of the layering, you're going to get these kind of different colors because you've got multiple colors underneath. Interesting. I don't know. Color flare is weird, and they're definitely I like it because it's a challenge to get right. I've done a few of them and got it somewhat close to what chroma flare would do, but in different lighting situations, it's going to be interesting to see how I pull this off. Chroma flare. So the base color is like gray, so we're just gonna keep it this the middle gray here, and then we'll mess around with the lighting as we go. Cool. And we'll get the hair colors in here. What's her hair color? Oh yeah, that's right. It's like a silver, like Storm style. It's the closest thing that came to mind when I saw it. Storm's silver mane. So anybody else got any books out there? If you guys are watching, let me know if you got any books in the mail, because I obviously don't back all books. I want to know what books are coming in. I realized this when I said, for the stream that I had books come in. I was like, I'm probably missing several that are coming out right now that I just didn't back. But I do have a couple to show off. I'm stoked to talk about them. Mostly because I haven't read them yet, and we're just going to be looking at presentation and just how they look and how cool they are. That's it. I'll probably come back and talk about all the little things, review wise, if I come back and do a review. All right, this dude's like a blonde. Cool. With the blondness. He's actually on the tanner side, I think, of some of the characters I've put in here. Maybe not. Maybe just in comparison to the white background, I couldn't tell. Yeah, he looks pretty tan in this environment anyway. All right, let's give his super purple outfit the mix here. I know this is not the most entertaining. I actually could have did this. There's only 2 panels, so I figured this will go quick, and I'm sure it is somewhat going quick. But Jim Cox is saying I got Charlie's London and Kill Journal this week. Yeah, so Kill Journal I'm really looking forward to getting. Charlie's London really looks good. Some of the best quality looking, like I'd say. It's not a straight comic book style, so it's hard to say comic, but it's definitely great. Like the likenesses, the layered kind of rendering is all great in that book. So 2 books I did not get, but I plan to get the Kill Journal mostly because, with that like leathery hardback he's got for that one, it's hard to pass up that thing he's going with the embossing and everything. I hope I'm able to get that whenever some money comes in. Gotta take some extra commissions to buy books. It's such a weird life. We get paid to get more books. It's this endless economy of buying books. Very good. All right, so what to do here? Okay, so we're doing the purple part of it. Let's put the green purple. I think I do like because it's pretty iconic. It's not the most complimentary for purple, but it stands out enough, and I think it works. It's got this like I like it because it's got this. I don't know. There's like a element of Jet Set Radio here in this book. That's another element that's like a weird mashing of IPs. But if you've ever played Jet Set Radio, shout out in the comments. If you played Jet Set Radio, it's like a old school PS2 era, Dreamcast era game where you pretty much ride around on rollerblades and graffiti up the city, and you get points for graffitiing the most, pretty much, and running from the cops and stuff. It's like it's definitely weebish, but at the same time, it's interesting. Anyway, so there's this element of rollerblading, and like I guess anti-authority stuff going on in this book. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know there's an element there. And so this purple green kind of reminds me of Jet Set Radio a little bit. Just a tad. All right, so we're going to grab all that. These things are like pretty much gray. I'm just going to guesswork this stuff. It's like a black, but I'm going to leave it at gray. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, he was very specific. I don't know why she flatted out the highlight here. That's pretty weird. So a lot of the stuff he was pretty particular on, the writer anyway. Essentially that things like these armbands and specific, like the boots and things he's wearing, like he was very specific about. So we try to keep that legit to what he wanted, and I think it works. Okay, let's look around. John Shepard's here. Jet Set Radio is awesome. Indeed, Jet Set Radio is one of my faves. It's probably out there with... It's that time when maybe not as cool today. I can't imagine what it would feel like to play Jet Set Radio today. I don't know if it's like up to today's standards or not. Of like just, I don't know. Some games just don't like age well. But it's kind of like Shenmue. Shenmue is like really great, but if you're gonna play Shenmue today, it's kind of dumb. You probably should just go play Yakuza or something. It's like the same game, but different. You know what I mean? It's like the same concept. You're just doing your daily life stuff and doing some combat, and also quick time events and stuff. That's pretty much Shenmue. Where Jet Set Radio, I don't know what the equivalent today's Jet Set Radio would be. But yeah, we'll keep moving on. It's interesting that I like that John knows Jet Set Radio. Yeah, the soundtrack for the Jet Set Radio game, I think it's kind of like that. It's that whole dynamic. Some things have a soundtrack that is, like really a core element to it. Kind of like what's that anime, Samurai Champloo or whatever. Like with the soundtrack is the whole half the point, just because the artists are that much into it. Yeah, for me, I think there's some things like that. But the gameplay of Jet Set Radio, I don't know if it would stand up. I can't remember how fun in the gameplay alone, because it was kind of like this whole package thing with Jet Set. You're just like into how the presentation was and how you were just into everything and how it all made a cool end product. You're just like enamored with how the style and the world was going. Looks like he's got a belt, but it's like the same color. It's like still just black. This is like the first time I'm coloring these characters. Like, not necessarily the first time I've designed them, but it's been a while, so I haven't actually got to them in the book yet. So we are experimenting here a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of experimentation. He's got a white beater. A white beater, dude, it's funny that that's part of it. I can tell. Um, I can tell that this guy has some certain inspirations, or just like wants, because he was definitely, I don't think he was specific about the wife beater, but like very much leaned that way. Let's see here. Let's adjust to this color if I can. There we go. That's what we want. Cool. All right, we got our first bot up in here, dude. Let's time him out. Let's give a countdown to time him out. Or hide. Either one. I don't know. We'll just hide. Hide is good. Both are good. All right. Sorry, like I say, I apologize for no sound. I have not been able to like just work on the streaming setup and my video setup for the time being, but I will get it fixed as I go here. Okay. Let's get this going here. Okay. I realize my iPad is like off time too. You see at the top corner it says it's 9:41 a.m. on January 9th. It's like way off. Maybe there's like a time sync when I connect it to the computer, an issue there. That's weird. Some weird stuff. All right. Let's grab these shoulder pads. Okay. The buckle looks like it's silvery. Io Silva. All right. Cool. Oh, thanks, dude. I really appreciate you back in Star Circuit, dude. You haven't read it yet, but the presentation is amazing. I think that that presentation part of it we worked on for a while, and just getting the print to support, like getting a good print of the presentation was part of it. So yeah, thank you, man. I definitely, like I said, try to make it print as good as I thought like the digital version was, and it took a lot of money. I'm gonna say there's some setbacks with like my mistakes, but I spent probably, if you include the mistakes, if you include my like crappy mistakes that I should have double checked on, and just stuff that I don't want to get into all the mistakes, but I probably spent like $1,000 trying to get it to print right if you include the mistakes, which is a lot. That's a lot more money that should have just went to more easily. Like that's just money that can buffer out the next book. That sucks that I just don't have. That money would buy me more time. But I appreciate you backing, and I hope you like it. I really think the feedback I've gotten so far is like something that I really appreciate, which is folks that like people that enjoy a cohesive world and just like being almost feels like you can live there. I think something like that is happening with the book, which is really cool. Not that I would say it's perfect. Nothing is ever perfect, but I think you can feel like this is a world, and that's a great compliment when people say that. So, all right, more gray. I think the flatter has nailed this smoke color. I think I'm gonna do something very similar. So, smoky, maybe a little darker, but they had the right idea. All right, and it may change too, guys. This may change. I'm gonna grab from this page because the base color over here, the way I do colors, the base color always stays the same, and then the lighting on top of it changes after that, what it really looks like. So I can always go back to the base colors of any file that I work on and just grab everything. So let's grab, let me go look at these buildings again. Okay, so they're a little off of what they got here, the flatter is, but pretty close. What we're gonna do is separate out the top, because that's really the sky, I think. That would just be the sky, which is kind of like a, I don't know, somewhere in the sunsetty range. For now, we're just gonna keep it like something like this, maybe. All right. And I appreciate anybody who's hanging out or lurking or whatever you're doing on a Sunday. Start your day off with a cup of Joe, and just if you have anything else that you guys have seen in the comic sphere or the Comicsgate, or just any books that are coming out that I should know about, let me know. Some people send me messages all the time, or especially in the groups, and you see books they haven't seen before, and they come around once in a while. But yeah, I'm not always aware because I'm like usually heads down or just offline. Instead of, if I was in chats more, I think I'd find all the books that I want to read. Just don't have that luxury. All right. Get back to this. I think we can get the flats all colored the right way, and at the same time get going on the next one as well. The next stage, which would be shadows. I usually jump to shadows. Sometimes I do the shadow layer before I do the base colors, because sometimes I just can see the shadows better without having the color changes happening at the same time. So there's a thing there. Oh, we want this building again. There we go. Keep it all the same, and then we'll select what we want here. I think on this one, yeah, the back of these struts, the blue would be the one that I want to change. So this be the same color as well, and then this blue would be the lighter gray. Okay. Cool. Very gray back there, but it kind of pops the characters out, so I'm okay with it. I'm all right. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. That means this other background here, probably, this could either be the sky, because they're looking up. He's looking up at them. So it could be the sky color. I'm going to go with the sky color for now. We'll see if I need to add in a background element to make it feel that way. But that's what we're doing right now. Cool. Once the sky actually gets put in there, those characters will pop a little bit more. The sky is usually something I just layer in there as a selection, and then I go in there, gradients, and paint in whatever. Because the sky is usually very soft and atmospherically kind of blends in a soft way. I mean, I guess in comic books you can do it any way you want. Coloring something that is very, I guess, hard shapes. Like you'd use hard, like harder, like I'm doing here with the smoke. You do the same thing with clouds. You could do the same thing with, I guess, large contrasting gradients in the sky. You could do with hard shapes. It would just be hard to pull off in my mind. Anyway, generally the sky is soft. I don't want to go on another tangent about it. All right, I think for now we're going to keep the eye color the same. That's because I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I think it's going to be some reflective, mostly going to be probably the sky, because it's going to be a reflection of whatever's, around. So, but for now we're just going to do this. Maybe make it a little bit more like the sky, somewhere like that. And then we can add in reflections and whatever we want to do. We got to get his fingernails, because I got those in there, and they're going to be close to his skin tone. The fingernails are actually tough because I have to probably grab his skin tone first. This might work. Yeah, I think that'll work. What's left? Let's check. This one strut. Okay, I think that's right. However, I think this also needs to be that color. So let's grab this, and I'm going to paint in the rest here because it looks like the flatter missed the mark on it a little bit. Which is okay. I don't need perfection from the old, you know, flatter. The flatter doesn't need to get everything right. Indie Wrestling Aces, what's up, Hale? Good to have you here. We're coloring this last page, and we're going to be talking about a couple books I got in here in just a minute. 11:30 is when we're going to stop because I have to go do a little lunch engagement out there and meet some fam. But I do have 2 books to look at before we jump off, and we want to give them a little bit of time. So we'll do that in a second. But for now, let's finish up the base colors here. We're going to zoom so I don't have to... I have a zoom button onto a hotkey. I don't give myself full gradients of zoom. Like, I just have pretty much full page, which is a hotkey. This is the actual size of 11 by 17. And then I have double zoom. And that's just to get really fine details, but those are the 2 zoom levels I go to. And the only reason I do that is because I get carried away. I get pretty carried away with like just zooming in and out, and to fix that habit I had to do this. I would do this. Well, I can't even do it anymore because I disabled it, but I would zoom in and out constantly to get the right, I don't know, it was a habit of mine to get the levels right for me. And it was just taking up too much time. And so I was trying to pick up my speed on getting things done. So that was one of the things I did to help. And for these flats, I feel like the flat layer, I do zoom in double because it's the basis of everything else. So if I mess up the flats, it can really result in crappy results later. In fact, I think inside here is also this color. So let's do it like this, and I'll zoom in double to finish, just to make sure I got it right. But yeah, this will probably end the base layers kind of coat, and now we have everything that all the local colors as the art schools would say are there. Or any artist would say, rather, not just art schools. Okay, let's do it. Let's roll. All right, this looks like it's ready to go. I always check this layer to see if anything pops off. Like if I turn off and on the flat layer, see right there, I have to go redo this one. So I can grab that, put that in, and then we should have all I turned it off and on so I can easily see what I'm missing. But I think that's it. It's only two panels. The base colors are there. This is kind of dictated by straight up what's on my concept art sheet, which is over here. Look at it. And with all the characters. So whatever the characters were, I have to go with those colors, obviously. And yeah. So from here, we're going to do shadows. That's usually what I do. We jump in here, call it shad. And we turn on multiply. This is the easiest way to do it. I usually drop it to like 80, 85 to start because opacity, I think there should be a little bit of a blend there, more than a full 100%, but that's my take. My color is a little bit slightly more subtle than other comics out there. Other comics like throw it all as, vibrant and contrasting as possible. So the sky usually dictates you want the fill light, whatever the fill light, if you're coloring your comic, whatever your fill light is, should be the shadow color, generally, because it's obviously filling. It's filling everything that's not in the direct light. So usually that's your skybox if you're outside. And right now, the skybox it's like getting evening time. So it's somewhere in there. It's probably in this range. So let's just leave it like in here, desaturated. And the more you make this saturated, the more your shadows will seem a little bit more animated, I'd say. Because generally, shadow colors are desaturated in general. So the more, in normal lighting, and something like ambient, it's like that. Anyway, let's jump in here and do some of this. We'll shadow up some stuff. And so the easiest, now that you have your base colors, I literally can grab the ones I want, which are in here, grab these three. Now I don't have to worry about like messing up her that's in the foreground. So here we're just going to do this part, and then we'll go into the next little piece here. And let's pull back a bit. So generally throwing in some of the shadow. I usually do a hard shadow since I have this style. The style that I do is like pretty much mimicking animation. It's like this Japanimation style. It's like I like that style because it's simplified, and I think that's what animation does best is simplification. But with my line work, it kind of adds this mix that you get from comics. That's a little more detailed. So that's kind of been my little, I don't know, that's my thing. For now, at least. I don't think I'm going to be doing this style forever. I think every artist evolves. But this is what's super interesting to me right now, is that mix. Cool. Let's go over here. We don't have a line for this first window's like turn of shape, but we're just going to make it with the shadow. This is like kind of the brilliant part about doing it in this style, because I can make up for whatever I don't have in the color phase. I think a lot of coloring techniques will do this too, just to cover everybody's bases. Like if you mess up something, you're able to fix it in color. That's just how it works. And trying to get the right angles. I could use like a straight edged thing to help. I could grab a line and put it in here, and that would I would have a straight line. And sometimes that works like I just did, and it might give me a little bit more of a guide to what really should be the shadow line. Okay. So a little bit of the window. So your flats really help you dictate a lot of what you got going on. I want to talk about the books before I lose my chance to. Let's pull up my window here. Here we go. And if I had two cameras, which maybe eventually I will, I'll show it on like a desk cam. But that costs money and stuff, so we'll eventually get there. So let's talk about some books. The books I got in the mail today are one. Well, I didn't get in the mail today, but I want to talk about today. I got in the last week or two. Maybe 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago, I got Arc Athena. This is by Eric Canetti, and Paratelli did the colors, and Eric Weather on the lettering. So it's a solid team. It's put out by Iconic. Iconic Comics did you see their little logo at the bottom there. did their kind of publishing for it. Pretty awesome. 24 Eyes is here. What's up? Check out I just like little things like this. The inside cover has got like the logo pretty much. It's not, I don't even know it's the logo. It's like the symbol. It's like the symbol that Godlike is doing. Argathene is great. Yeah, this is one of those presentations that like is just top tier. You can't. It's hard to beat. John Shepard agrees. John Shepard. It's up there. It's up there with one of the best. If you like Eric Canetti's art, which is hard to say, anyone that I know that doesn't. But if you dig it, dude, it's like this. He's got this like kind of, it's like painterly in a line art way. It's the only way I can put it. His draftsmanship is painterly, even though it's a lot of line, and which is this weird mix. Let's get an example of what I'm talking about. Good splash page or something would be good. Meaning his line weights like are highly variable. So here's like a splash page. And you can see how thick the line weights are down there, and at the same time they're jagged. Like he's like painting in the white. Like, so when you draw, generally you're just using one. Like you'll erase away a little bit, but generally you'll put in all your line work with the pencil. I can tell, uses white and black both like a paintbrush. Like if he wants to erase something or if he wants to draw something, he'll just draw it in white. He'll draw over top, draw it in white. It's like this painterly approach. I feel like Zaid Studios does it a little bit this way too. Uses both. Murph Ballad Celestials is here. Hail chat. He says nice. Yes, this is killer book. You can see all the with that little gleam on the spot UV for the gloss. Really cool. I love stuff like that. Obviously did it on my book as well. In the back he's got concept art and a little bit of some sketches and concept art. You can see. I didn't get the huge package because I'm not a rich dude yet. But I did get this, and it did come with, I think, the Cayman America little pin-up with Argathena's character. So whenever I read this, I will let you know. I'll let you know what I think. It looks great. The colors that Paratelli did. I think Paratelli, like when they give out the awards at the chat with Hale Leroy and the rest of them, Amanda B, they, I think, put Paratelli in the running. It's nominated, but I think it went to Ritter, right? I think the award went to Ritter, but I really think Paratelli's one of the best colorists we've got on our side, on the good guys' side, because mainly, dude, like not only does the colors work in Argathena, like it fits. He like fit his coloring style to Eric Canetti's like line style. So it's weird to see like his stuff that he did for. He's probably still working with for Infinity's Columns of Creation. His color work there is just, it's different, but still incredible. So moving on to the next book, so we have some time. Let's see. Hope he offers the art book next campaign. I want to back it a higher tier. Yeah, me too. I wanted the artist edition, like the giant artist edition of Argathena. Like obviously, it's Eric Canetti. It's the time you do that. Speaking of which, I think Roquefort should do the same, because with Roquefort, it's like super detailed line work. I think that would work. Like you get the original giant size. Anyway, you saw it right here. Fiendish is the next book. I got Fiendish in this week. I got the Smoke tier, I think is what she called it, which is very apt for what it is. It is the black and white version. So I preferred, I like the color, whoever's doing the color for her, but I didn't really like how there was like a, as I just said, Paratelli and Canetti's stuff meshed. I just didn't think maybe they meshed as well as other people thought. So I saw how the shading is done in, let's see, you can see how the shading is done in this book here. You can see it's like soft. This is not like, this is the opposite of my style. This is all soft. Soft as hell. And so I really liked how that looked in grayscale. Needed that to happen on whatever I backed. So what we have here is a great presentation. Again, the smoke version is gray. I don't know if the other ones are gray, but great. She's got the little her logo and stuff at the top, also glossed, which is cool. And then everything's got this very, just feels Bloodborne, and I love Bloodborne, so that's probably one of the reasons why I got this book. It's got some influence there, maybe, probably not, but I know they're very fantasy based. So this is my fantasy book choice, and I also I added on the poster. So let's show off the poster. I said to myself, you know, why not? The poster was pretty cheap for, like, I don't know, not every poster is this cheap. I feel like the add-on was pretty good, a good price. So I'll show you this. This is the main image that was on the campaign. I think it sold the campaign pretty well. So let's show this one off. It's very, dude, this print, wherever she got this print, I need to talk to Rini about where she got it. But let's see. Check this out. Cool poster, right? Very cool. Yeah, this is one of the main shots. It's this nice down shot, and this, I don't know, like the symbol is like kind of framing it vignette style. So this little vignette. This is the vignette shot poster. So that's what I would call it. Yo, Collision, what's up? So this poster is great. I'm going to be hanging it somewhere, probably right over there, and it'll look good. I gotta find a good frame. I think it seems like a standard one, but it's so hard. Even the ones that I put up, my poster is like a weird slim deal, and it's really hard to find a frame for one of those. However, that's why you get custom frames, or you build it yourself, get a little creative, DIY it. Yeah, it looks great, right? I definitely recommend next time, wherever she got this poster. Maybe there's some secrets here. No secrets. Next time I'm going to be using whatever printer she got for a poster, because that poster quality had a nice texture. It was great. And so Zaid's saying, I'm getting over 400 parcel tubes for my posters today. Holy crap. Yeah, you got to buy in bulk to make it worth your while. But 400 is a lot. You're gonna be because those poster, here's the thing, those poster tubes don't compress down into a box. They're 400. That's gonna fill up like a garage, dude. At least a wall of a garage. 400. Whew. Well, good luck, bro. Good luck living around those posters. I've lived around my Gemini boxes and everything else in my living room for a while. When I was fulfilling, it was a pain, but that's how it goes. So it's 11:30. We're gonna call it. It's you saw what we were doing today. We were doing a suite. I'll bring it up one more time actually, because we were doing this last page on Left Hand Free. It came together because we got to call the colors in. Right now I'm just going to be doing the shadows, and then this page seems like it's going to be a very, I don't know, especially that last shot, the one at the bottom is going to be like a side lit but lens flare going on here, just to give it like a inspirational end. Good stuff. Glad you guys were able to join me. Thanks for everyone that were participating in the chat, hanging out with me, and yeah, let me pass my brain fart lack of coffee morning by, and yeah, I'll catch you guys this week. We probably have an Art Bros on Wednesday, as we usually do, finding a new guest for every week. There is a plethora of artists out there, so if you are an artist or creator and want to promote your book, let us know over at Art Bros. We'll help you out and probably get you a little bit of that Art Bro gleam to boost the campaign a little bit. I'm going to go watch the replay of Bancroft talking about Star Circuit because, man, Star Circuit is fulfilled. I have like 2 to ship out just because we had a couple of shipping errors, as UPS and USPS actually do make errors when they ship out stuff. Sometimes you got to plan for that. But yes, so I will catch you guys later. Zaid, Good luck getting that the tubes. I'm glad you got a good deal on them. Everybody have a good day. Kill kill the day. Get some work done. Talk to you later.